Hey, what's up guys? Thomas Feng with Bay Area Connect. This Monday's market report is going to be for Cupertino area, which includes Cupertino and also West San Jose. To get a copy of this market report, shoot me an email at thomas.feng@gmail.com. To see all these stats overlaid with new listings, sold listings, and school data, give me a call, 408-840-3852. I'm also on Facebook at facebook.com/Bay Area Connect. Like my page and you'll get all my weekly updates sent to your newsfeed automatically, so it's real easy. Alright, let's jump into the stats for Cupertino area, March of 2012. The median list price of all current listings was at $986,000, up 9%. March median sales price was at $940,000, up 9%. Total properties currently for sale, the inventory is at 45 units, down 10%. Number of properties sold in March was at 58, up 42%. And average days on market was at 38 days, up 6%. So right now, Cupertino area, we're seeing a huge amount of increase in traffic, and not only traffic, but also price as well. We're seeing the new listings that come on the market are priced at a higher price point than previous months, and also the sales price for homes that have actually sold in Cupertino have also picked up as well. And we're seeing also an increase in sales. The inventory is still down, but only down 10% when compared to last month. So the inventory is still available, just not a lot out there. All right, let's look at the graph for property sales in March of 2012. For March of 2012, property sales were at 58, down 23% from 76 in March of 2011, and 41% higher than the 41 sales last month. March 2012 sales were at their lowest level compared to March of 2011 and 2010. March year-to-date sales of 121 are running 18% behind last year's year-to-date sales of 149. So when we compare the March stats against last year and the year previous, we're seeing a little lower number than what we saw in the previous years. But again, we're seeing with property sales that the property sales have been coming up, and that in March they are greater than February and January as well. So this is really good news. Next up, we're going to be looking at the price graph. The median sales price in March was at $940, up 8% from $870,500 in March of 2011, and up 9% from $860 last month. The average sales price in March was $969,467, up 1% from $962,037 in March of 2011, and up 7% from $903,980 last month. Alright, so for the pricing, we're going to be looking at the 3-month rolling average, and what we can see while tracking that is that during the summer months of 2011, it was at a pretty steady rate, and then during the winter months, it definitely fell down. But ever since December and January, it has been climbing very steadily, although at a slow rate, and we're seeing this across the market in Cupertino that the prices are rising as well. Next up is going to be inventory. The total inventory of properties available for March for sale as of March was at 45, down 10% from 50 last month, and down 61% from 117 in March of last year. March 2012 inventory was at the lowest level compared to March 2011 and 2010. So the continuing trend of low inventory is still rampant in the Silicon Valley, and we can see this in Cupertino as well as Sunnyvale, Santa Clara, and Campbell as well. And that's just the current state of the market. But the good news is, at least we're not dropping off. Excuse me. At least we're not dropping off to too low of a level when talking about inventory, in the sense that it's still staying very steady with the current trends right now. Next up is market time. The days on market for March was at 38 days, up 5.6% from 36 days last month, and up 8.6% from 35 days in March of last year. The March 2012 days on market was at its highest level compared to March of 2011 and 2010. So even though when we're comparing this March to the previous Marches, it is a little higher than those previous years, but when we're comparing it to this year and also the mid of last year, we're seeing that it has dropped down, and we saw it rising continuously in 2011, but now it has dropped down to about 38 days to close. Selling price per square foot. The selling price per square foot is a great indicator of where the properties are going, and the March 2012 selling price per square foot was at $573, up 12% from $511 last month, and up 13% from $504 in March of last year. So those are the stats for Cupertino March of 2012. let's take a look at our new listings and sold listings map for Cupertino area. So for the new listings in March, we had a total of 84 new listings. 5 were in the 600s, 6 in the 500s, and 5 in the 400s. Next, we had a total of 85 sold listings in March. 5 were in the 600s, 9 in the 500s, and 6 in the 400s. So again, we're seeing new versus sold inventory. We're seeing the same about in Cupertino of last month, so that's really good news on that sense. Also, for an analysis of our new listings on the market, we're seeing that in the Monte Vista area, we're seeing 1 listing in the 800, probably about 4 in the 900s, and then 20 or so $1 million plus. So in the Monte Vista area, definitely homes are being listed at $1 million plus. In the Lynbrook area, we're seeing a lot of $700,000 to $900,000 properties, and again, always, of course, $1 million plus as well, but more in the $700,000 to $900,000. And then when we're looking at the Cupertino High School area, we're seeing a lot more of the lower price properties, and those are between $500,000 and below. All those will be townhome and condos, as you won't find any single family homes in this area in that price range. But for Cupertino High School, we're seeing that all the way from $400,000 for a townhome condo to about $800,000 plus for a single family home as well. For Cupertino area, this year's sold to date, we have sold a total of 93 properties this year in Cupertino, and 43 of those properties were sold last month. So about half of that inventory that sold this year was sold last month. So we're definitely seeing the market picking up really hot in Cupertino. Homes are moving extremely fast. Again, right now, as a home seller or home buyer, the real estate market is totally changing in the Bay Area. To set up an appointment to really understand the market and really manage your expectations, give me a call, 408-840-3852, or shoot me an email at thomas.feng@gmail.com. Thanks again for watching, and have a great week.